Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Zawinta. Early morning, Zawinta. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this beautiful place. It's nice, huh? It's looking good, huh? We can go all the way out here. All the way out here. This place is gorgeous in the winter. Now, it's basically a mountain, okay? I'm breathing hard because it's slippery. This is the icy challenge, okay? Because getting up here, whoo, Lord have mercy. Getting up here alone was something else. I slipped a couple times. I almost went backwards. It's so quiet out here. It's so quiet out here. You can hear a pin drop. You hear the crows? Can you hear the crows? I can hear them. Anyways, so in theme today, even the thumbnail is icy. It's perfect. So in theme today, I want to talk about a couple things. Okay, so welcome to Yin Confidential. If you're new, welcome. Sign up to the email list. I'll put the email list in the description if you're interested. I will be putting more information about the book in the next coming weeks. Not this week or not next week, but in the next coming weeks, it's coming. I'm building it up again. You know, we have waves of when things are going and when things are happening and when things are not happening. You know, we kind of have like a vibe of when things are happening, right? As far as like being it's a different kind of job, you know, this whole, being your own boss kind of thing, doing your own thing kind of thing, going on your own path kind of thing, going on your own journey. I think that's like the one thing about writing plus YouTube that's a little different than anything else is you are in charge of a lot of scheduling. Even if you have your own person scheduling things, it ain't no easy picnic. Okay, you gotta be in charge of it's crazy. You really be thinking you're on top of things, and then like life hits you. Like when I got katana, aka COVID. When I got COVID, that really threw things for a loop. I was, that took a long. That alone took 2 weeks of my productivity out the window. Anyways, that's an aside. Here's what's going on in the next couple weeks. So first I have a this coming week, starting this week, at the end of this week, towards the end of the week, I'll be out of commission. I'll be out of town. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm meeting up with a lot of different types of people. I'm going to start making finalized plans for the book. So that's gonna take some time. In the meantime, hopefully you don't mind the content that's coming out. That might be a little evergreen as opposed to like news related. I'm kind of thinking about shifting away from news and making news a more as it comes, as it goes, case by case basis. Let me know if you're more interested in news than anything else. I'm definitely all ears on that. I'm also all ears on whether or not you guys enjoy the audio podcast. A lot of you have been telling me that the audio is good. If you're interested in it being on iTunes and you want to listen to it on the road through iTunes or, Spotify, and I think I'm on Spotify. I think Spotify picked me up, and I never signed up for Spotify, so that's weird. Yeah, I think they were like, this podcast is good. We're putting it on the thing. I was trying to get it done, but I never got around to it. It is like a long process to getting verified on Spotify. Everywhere else is like pretty simple, 1-2 punch. But anywho, that's an aside. That's behind the scene stuff. There's also the D&D content. Let me know if you guys want more D&D content, because I definitely have some stuff I want to talk about, but it has nothing to do with WotC. It's just literally just 5e, it's non-RPG specific. Like, it's basically you can use it for any RPG. I have a race that I made because people were complaining about kobolds, because they were worried about kobolds. They're like, hey, I can't use kobolds anymore because WotC being dumb or whatever. They're doing their litigious stuff. I don't want to have to deal with the drama of whether or not I can stream kobolds on my stream. I'm like, well, I got a race for you I just made. And it was something that was on I call it in the vault. It's my vault. It's from my vault. I put a bunch of I made a bunch of creatures over the course of DMing in my life, and it's a very rich group. I just kind of took it out of the old vault, dusted it off, updated a couple things, made sure it's more useful for like outside of just one specific RPG. And it's very it's very diverse in that you can use it for pretty much anything. It could be an NPC race, that could be a guide, it could be a villain goon kind of race that you can have your players battle. They could even be a boss race if you set it up correctly. For example, if you made a gang leader one of them, and you can just boost his stats up to a certain point where he actually can do certain damage to a group, be more of a threat to a group. Maybe he has an ability where he, for example, has high charisma enough that he can, what do you call it? He can push people around and have people come in and fight for him. You know what I mean? Like have his group fight for him. And then maybe he has enough. Maybe he has like healing powers. Through his dragon's blood, where he can heal people through his blood, and then they're resuscitated from basically about to die. Maybe they get a boost, a dragon boost, where they have like fire breathing or wings or reptilian skin and stuff like that. So there's lots of options. There's lots of things you can do when it comes to that. I always tell people, making a new race is not hard. It's just how clever are you in not being derivative. Not being derivative is kind of important, because a lot of people, it's a muscle. You just exercise it, you keep practicing, and eventually you'll be able to come up with something that's not derivative, and it will be something engaging. However non-derivative it is, while also still being useful in the game, that's pretty much the balance. You want to be useful, you want to have non-derivative creativity, and you want to have your own spin on things. Those three things are different. Your own spin on things is not being not derivative. I've seen people who are very good at what they do, but it's pretty much one-to-one some other race you've already seen. And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of these other creators. That's not everybody. There's just a certain amount of people who are certain types of people. There's certain people out there who, when they build something, you're like, oh, that's that. Like, for example, there's one person I know who made an elf race, and you look at the race and you're like, okay, that's cool, no big deal. But then they also had basically the Vistani next to it, and you're like, that's the Vistani. Why don't you just, I don't know, put two of them together? Or even better, you could take those two, put them together, add a third race in there, mix it all up. Boom, you probably have something there. Just put your own spin on it now, and then find a reason for it to be good in game. I personally go backwards. I like to have a reason why it's good in game, and then do the flavor stuff that way. And that's kind of how you, in my opinion, set yourself up different. I mean, you can still do it the other way. I've done it the other way before. I have a race that's an elf race mixed with a couple other things, and you're like, oh, okay, this is actually not bad, because I had already in the past had a cool game mechanic in mind that already, goes well with it. That's just how I think. You already have a mechanic, a list of mechanics. You don't know what to do with them, and you just leave them alone for a while, and you just build a sheet over time. And then one day you just pull that sheet and you're like, yeah, this is a good list. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that. And if you really don't know what to do, make the list, put a number next to the list. It really helps you all the time. And then, roll a D20. Or if you have a D50, roll a D50. If you have a D100, roll a D100. If you don't have those things, open an Excel, put the formula in, hit enter, boom, you have a random number. You can look that up on Google. You type in RNG, random number generator on Excel, boom, you're done. What else is there? So the book's happening. Let me know about the D&D stuff. There's a couple other stuff that's going on out there. I did notice that people are focusing now on a lot of other dramas. It's almost like people are going from drama to drama to drama to drama to drama, and I think it's a distraction because they're very they're very like depressed, I think, because of the economy. I think that's kind of been a problem people had in the past anyway, but this is kind of a problem that's been more prominent in my opinion. I don't have an answer for that. I just know that when the economy doing bad, you'll see dramas take off more. I think that's kind of a telltale sign of, you know, how people are doing mentally. I think that's not a good sign. But we'll talk more about that in the future. I'll probably cover that in the future. I don't think that's really something that we need to talk about now. I think there's no answer to that right now. I think really it's all about your own personal choices, making your own personal decisions and finding a healthy place. And that's why I think family is such a big deal, because if you don't have your family, then you're going to have to be really creative in getting, yourself in a good mental spot. Anyways, that's it for now. Let me know what you think. Happy Monday. I'm doing these on Monday now. Let me know if you like them, if they're positive, if they're good, if they make you feel good. If not, we'll we'll workshop that in the future. Okay, take it easy. God bless. Have a great day.